Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This one is more of a spur of the moment episode. I didn't think I was going to film one because I was like, what do I really have to talk about? But honestly, I think I'm just going to eat in this one. I'll yap about a few things that kind of have been cracking me up and came to my attention. As of this video, I finished filming my 4 whiteboard videos, so those will be up. But let's see what I got here. I got some pizza. I don't like this dough that I used. I use like all-purpose flour. I usually use King Arthur's bread flour. But there we go. And then right here I used half of the dough. I use a recipe that makes like 2 or 3 pizzas to make lemon glazed Cinna sticks. And these are fire, like melt in your mouth fire. Man, the lemon is such a nice touch. I think in this one, I'm just gonna eat, yap about a few things, and then, Man, pizza's good. Pizza's good. My King Arthur bread flour is better. Oh no. Oh no. A lot of cheese. I swear I'm not a Ninja Turtle. I might be. I don't eat pizza this much. I just don't know what to make lately. I'll show you guys my my chicken recipe. A long time ago, I used to picture myself doing professional eating. Don't know if I'll ever do that. So good. Man. Need to grab some paper towels. I kind of want to watch like Netflix or something, so I might just cut this episode short, make it like a bonus episode. But I'll leave you guys with some gems. Manifestation is super easy. Like, it's done the moment you say it. It's so funny because through my super unhinged manifesting series, and I don't know what videos I've planned and shot by the recording of this video because I have them scheduled a month out. But speaking the future me, it was done the moment I claimed it. And it was that simple. Just really not changing to anything that came to you from the external reality. And the funny thing too, it'd be cool to look back at this video and see where I'm at now. Because I literally have felt something shift over these last few even weeks of the challenge, but days of after the post challenge. Oh my gosh, I've been like feeling, godly. It's crazy. And it feels like my inner voice is way more clear and knows exactly where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing, and every move I make is the right move. It doesn't matter. And I'm even realizing, like, over time I would always say in certain videos that, oh man, these you know, things I see out in the spiritual community and everything out there. And then I realized it doesn't matter. There is no spiritual community out there. Shoot, even the definition of spiritual doesn't even really exist. We're a spiritual being having a human experience. So I used to joke about this in earlier videos, but technically this is the human experience, not the spiritual experience. We're divine beings that came down here to experience Earth. And by this point, you've probably seen my playground videos. If you didn't, check them out. But this is the play of Yahweh, physical life assisting Yahweh, and you are Yahweh. And it's funny because in that first episode, there was a Reddit comment saying Yahweh means to be or something like that. So doesn't that mean like Yahweh is in us as we are in him? Funny thing. And I keep saying the B.O.B. quote, do we believe in God or does God believe in us? I love that song. Oh, I'm sweating in here. But seriously, a long time ago, this was around 18, 19 years old, I remember my bros and I all sitting together just saying like Earth is a playground for multiple beings. And that's really what it is. And that's what I came to the realization of is like, wow, you really can just, you know, choose to chill with who you resonate with. But other than that, you really don't need anyone for your spiritual journey. It's really just about you going back to God, you connecting with yourself, and that's it. And it's so funny when I see certain people call other people reptilian, call this the Illuminati hand signs. It's like, man, when you go deeper, you get past all that and realize it's all just you, no matter what. All these beings in existence are literally just mirroring internal states that you once had or agreed to go through when you came here, and that's it. You know, all of this stuff exists in the world because we can be aware of it. Like, that's it. It exists simply because God. Like, it's like, that's the joke. Because God. That's how you could literally say things. Like, if there are all possibilities in existence, then that means there has to be all equal possibilities of what is perceived evil and all possibilities of what's perceived good. You can witness the highest good while witnessing the latter, the highest evil. And it just happens because it's existence. Polarity has to exist, you know. And maybe someone comes along and challenges that and it's not true, but you know, when you really pay attention to a lot of what NDEers say, or even people like myself, when we went through everything we've gone through, it's funny. It's like Earth is this gigantic testing ground, and they remember being home, no matter what it was, no matter what they seen, whether it's Christ, to the light, to knowing all the information, to being welcomed by this divine light and different light beings. At the end of the day, it goes back to you got to draw all the common similarities, is that this is a temporary training existence. It could be a prison or a school, depending on your perception, and then that's it. You know, you can't get caught up in the, oh, what content creator online was actually a demon and this, and they were actually pushing an agenda. It's like, well, were they pushing an agenda for you to then make your video? Because without the person who goes and becomes the industry plant, there can never be the person to make a video saying that they're industry plants. So everything in existence has its polar opposites, and everything in existence has its opposite so that the other thing can exist. Because there can't be an act of good without an act of bad. You see what I'm saying? So Earth is just about that polarity and transcending the polarity. Because it's like, it cracks me up, you know, some of the most divine creators, as they put it, and I'm not saying anything bad, this is all love, but it will just be like, this is a matrix and all this, and then they'd be like, this guy's the Illuminati. But if it's a matrix, it doesn't matter. Let him be who he is. You know, the people that are meant to get caught by someone being an industry plant will get caught, or they'll be shocked. And the ones who, you know, found out like this person's a little bit fishy and then we're right, there you go. You know, but to me, the enlightened master, or the ascended master, the liberated being, such as myself and other people, I give myself this credit because I've called out, like, I haven't called out a lot of these creators, but anytime I make a video saying that this person's a little slight iffy or da-da-da-da-da, I end up being right. And again, that could be because of my perception. Who knows? I switch to the reality where they do things. I don't know. You could say an infinite amount of things. But at the end of the day, it's just because of listen to what they say. You can tell if someone is awakened or not, because truthfully, yes, you can enjoy the material existence, but someone who's truly awakened will only point you back to yourself and will let you know that you can only save yourself. And then also they won't really be attached to this material plane. So they'll talk about the things going on, but they won't make it deathly they won't make it to this point where it's like, you should care about this, you should fight this, because at the end of the day, they know deep down that person has to come to that. So you have to lead by example. You can't force them to care about a subject. It won't work. You know, I would definitely like to see a bunch of the balance, you know, be tipped in the favor from what all the, you know, darkness I see in the news. But again, I'm barely aware of the darkness that goes on in the world or on the news because I don't pay attention to it, because that's part of the trap. It'll bring down your frequency. Yet you still have creators who will talk about frequency and Lionsgate portals and all this, but then bring you right back into the, oh, but by the way, they're getting killed over here and they're doing this. But you're conscious, so you should know that you're actively creating and feeding that timeline when you're bringing awareness to this. The awareness you should be bringing it to is literally like, we are the power, we create reality. Stop buying into this system that's allowing that stuff to go on, point blank. Not, you need to care about this because this. No, you need to care about self. And anyone awakened will tell you that. And then anyone who's also truly awakened will not be offended by what anyone says. They won't care. Even if you respond to things, it's something in their intention and in their voice as they move. They won't be bothered by things outside of themselves. They really won't. And that doesn't mean you can't flip tables like Christ. It just means you'll have a different way of going about it. And that's why I even talk about this stuff, because it's like, yeah, it bothers me all the BS I see in the spiritual community, but again, it's all necessary. Because it's in my awareness, someone could think I'm BS. Shoot, I get comments time to time. You should explain it like this. You should do it like this. Make your own channel. And it was funny because I leave those comments alone and then someone else comes along and goes, how can you not understand them? Because it's awareness. Because it's awareness. That lovely being that's a mirror of me comes and takes care of that. I don't even have to do anything. It's awareness. That's divine protection. You don't have to wear a third eye or a evil eye and stuff, protect yourself from stuff. No, just say you're protected. You're divinely, any weapon formed against you shall not prosper. Just know though that, you know, that belief and that understanding may actually be tested. Trust me, I went through it in my life, but I went through it enough to realize like, damn, I must be karma itself. Because anybody who starts to mess with me will come back and apologize, do different it's wild. Like, even on my YouTube channel, there was a dude that in his reality, he perceived what he said to me as an insult, and I thought it was a joke. I didn't even laugh at it. And he came back on my other YouTube channel and apologized for what he said. And I was like, what? I didn't even know you were saying anything mean, bro. Don't worry about it. That dude's awesome. Much love to that guy. He ended up like saying in another future video that he was like, man, there's just something about you, man. Like, you're different. Keep pushing. I said, hell yeah, I won't stop. And just know you're different too. I give that same energy back. I am one with God. You are one with God watching this video. We're no different. But yeah, man. It got to the point recently where I'm done even trying to collaborate with certain creators. I'm just not doing it anymore. It just feels, I feel like I'm putting my foot forward too hard, and I'm trying too hard. And I genuinely mean everything about from my heart, because I'm trying to really see who out there is about this. And I realize it doesn't matter. The ones who are meant to find me will find me. I don't care. And it's so funny because every time I do this, it ends up the people that I was trying to collaborate with end up trying to collaborate with me or do things with me. Oh, that was a chapter in my life, man. Started with a different channel. But I realized on Rellcrumbs, the whole purpose of Rellcrumbs is not to repeat patterns I did in the past, so we got to stop that. I'll leave comments and joke around, and you'll see me under different YouTube channels if I decide to watch. Other than that, I'm not gonna work with anybody too efforting. I might send a message here and there. Hey, you think about doing a video together? Man, in the past, I would literally be like, yo, I'm into this. I got this going on. I think we'd have a dope video. These motherfuckers end up acting like I just came here like looking for clout. And that's what I'm saying is like, it's crazy. That's why I say, to me, the most spiritual and conscious people that you will ever find are either not on social media or on social media and going against the grain of what everyone is saying, not just intentionally a contrarian, or they have about 100 subscribers, which funny, by this point, as I'm recording this, I have 100, but I know I have much more than that. So like I'm saying, the real channels are out there. You got to listen to the frequency because you'll feel it here. That's why I don't play about this. Anyways, that's enough said. I'm gonna end the video. Remember, spread love and butter. Love you guys.